Good morning, you guys. So it's the end of week 7. Sorry, I'm just getting situated here. End of week 7, and I have a lot that I want to unpack today. First, I just kind of want to say, it just kind of dawned on me today, I always have associated weight loss with, diet and exercise. That's what you got to focus on, diet and exercise. And it's just now dawning on me. It's like my 4th weight loss journey now, and I'm just really realizing that the mental aspect of it is how it should be. It's like every time I go into a weight loss journey, it's diet and exercise, diet and exercise. And even though I know it, it's like, wow, it's like, it should be mental aspect, diet and exercise. Like the mental aspect part of it, I would say is like 60 to 70% of it, because that's once the mental part of it is done, the diet and exercise part is just not even, the mental aspect is what gives us the ability to do the diet and exercise. The diet and exercise is kind of like a byproduct of the mental aspect of it. And it just is really dawning on me because, yeah, I'm in my 4th weight loss journey that I've posted on here. And I think I already know this, but like the way I just saw it when I was thinking about it was like, oh my gosh, like every single weight loss journey I've posted, it's been me working through the mental habits of it. I'm almost tempted to say the mindset part of it, because I kind of feel like the word mindset is like so overused, but it really is like the mindset of it. Like every single time I've gone through, it's me working on the mindset, me putting not all of my energy in diet and exercise. Like, yeah, that's ultimately what I'm trying to change. But all of these videos that I've posted on here, it's all me working on the mental aspect of it. And then once I get the mental aspect of it, you can see in my weight loss journeys, the better I get at the mental aspect, the more I'm like, yeah, I don't even, it's not even hard for me to like choose healthy foods. I enjoy healthy foods. Like that's just so much of it. And I think we all know that, but it's just like really dawned on me that all these videos I've been uploading is not really me trying to get the diet and exercise down. It's me trying to get my mindset right, trying to get the mental aspect of it right, because once the mental aspect is in, it's a completely different ball game. It's not even like I'm trying or using willpower every time I've gotten in shape. It's not like every day I'm forcing myself to eat a little bit less or eat healthier foods. Like I'm eating what I want to eat and eating how much I want to eat. It's not like, when we first try to diet and it's like, okay, just one meal, let me just eat a salad. I'm not trying, like when I'm in the right mental state, I'm not even like really trying, like forcing myself to do anything I don't want to do. And it just dawned on me like how much it's the mental aspect. And I think the key for me to not like having to keep going through this is keeping this mental aspect by like having all of these journeys that excite me and something that I just like am so excited for and want to work on, because I think, it's almost like a catch-22. Like I think that the food, like the overeating and the junk food, becomes like a journey for me, because it's in its own little way. I've said this in a video not too long ago. In its own little way, it's a little journey. Like, ooh, what sounds good? What do I want to eat? And go to the grocery store, order, and then enjoy the food and all of that. And then the weight gain just a byproduct of it. And it's got to be the same way the other way around. In order to lose weight, all of this stuff I just have to enjoy, and the weight loss is just a byproduct of it. And I think the catch-22 part is that, it's its own little journey, and I'm using that to satisfy. I guess I didn't realize, I'm thinking that we all have a need to have this journey, this exciting journey that we just genuinely enjoy. And by not giving myself that, this is an unconscious thing, I think I found it in food. And instead, it's like a win-win when I pour into myself and just start going towards things that I gravitate to, and cultivating them and see if I want to go down that path. Like whether, you know, it turns out to be a success or not, I don't think doesn't even matter. It's more about just, you know, I think that's what life is. And part of one of my needs is just to have like all these journeys. So it's a win-win, because when I go on all these journeys, I'm satisfying myself and then also taking away this journey that time and time again does not benefit me, makes me feel bad, and all for just something that's just as simple as, you know, as food. Like, you know, consciously it makes sense, and then it's like, why can't I get myself to stop? Well, I think it's like an innate need as human beings, is like we need to have these journeys and work towards something and make progress in something and go down the rabbit hole. And I think food has been that, and that's why it's like, oh, something so simple, like why can't I stop eating? You know, just know when to quit. And it's like, seems so simple, but I think it's hard because it is an innate need. And so it ends up being a win-win if I allow myself to like go on these other journeys, because it satisfies my need for that. Then I have my diet and exercise in check, and I'm getting to like feel so good about myself in working on all these different things and taking better care of myself. And, you know, it's just, sorry, I just had like all these thoughts come to me this morning, and I was like, wow, like it makes such a big difference. And the mental part of it, the mindset, I think is really just like, you know, I think we overuse the word mindset, but it's like having a new standard, changing my perception on things, changing where I get my sense of satisfaction and joy from, because I think that kind of goes hand in hand with like the journey part. Like, I think part of that gives us a sense of joy. I think we get joy from going on these journeys, and I think maybe that's what unconsciously like food maybe has been. I don't know, but yeah, so just anyway, just like mindset is just really just about changing those things where I see the benefit, and changing like my need for things, like not pushing back something, like prioritizing things in life. Because, you know, I know in my experience, if I'm pushing something back, like, oh, I'll do it next week, I'll do it tomorrow, it's because it's not really a priority for me. So that means, you know what, we only do something like when we're cornered, right? Like, or not everyone, but, you know, as human beings, I feel like that's what we tend to do. Like if we commit to something to somebody else, we're kind of in a corner, like, oh, that's like everything else works around that. Or if you know what I mean, something happens and, excuse me, it's made a priority, then because we have to, that's like number one, everything else gets pushed back. Well, why do I keep pushing back, you know, losing weight and weight loss and all that stuff? Well, because everything else is more prioritized for me. But when I stop like pushing the guilt back, and stop denying like how I feel, and like I went through that like first 4 weeks, like weeks 1 through 4 on here, and I was like actually really trying it. It made me focus, or it made me like not be able to ignore how bad I felt about my weight gain. It really highlighted and put all those things in a spotlight for me, because I was bringing attention to it and focusing on it. And it made me just realize like, wow, like how unhappy I am with my size now. And I needed that, like as uncomfortable it was to not only be trying and not really quite losing weight yet, and also like realize like how big I've let myself get again. It allowed me to be like, okay, like it made it jump back up to a priority, which is what I needed. So anyways, just wanted to share those thoughts with you guys. Sorry to make this such a long video. Just thought those things are important, and I'm gonna, it's exciting to like put energy into this and focus on this. Oh, and this is, speaking of energy, one of the things I wanted to tell you guys was, I was thinking yesterday morning, you know, I am really disappointed and how much energy over the years I've put into weight loss. I was thinking about that. Like, look at all my, like, look, just, and that's just how long I've been on YouTube. Like, all of the time over my years, I'm about to be 39, and how much time and energy I've had to put into losing weight. And I thought, man, like, all of that energy I could have been put towards working on some journey that I'm excited about and want to work towards, and all of that energy. I mean, I'm not going to say it's wasted, because it's led me to this. It's led me, to learn all of this stuff and hopefully get on a, not let it happen again, really. So, but I was just like, man, like, that's just more ammo, motivation for me to, stick with it. No, I don't want to say stick with it, but make it a priority in my life, like always, not just when I need to lose weight, but, making this a priority and really making all of these different journeys a priority for myself. So I don't ever have to come back to this again. I don't have to come back to step one and, losing weight again and put all this energy into it, because it is a lot. Like, we've got like regular life and stuff going on, and life goes on, and you have to work and, make memories, and, you can't just stop everything to lose weight. So it is a lot. And if I, just keep, creating these journeys and things I'm excited for a priority in my life, I think that I will no longer, for the most part, not have that need to, overeat and all that stuff that's, gets me to where I am now, and I have to put all this energy back in and just keep the weight off and keep getting better and improving. So anyways, now, sorry, it's already 12 minutes into week 7 update, going into week 8 now. And this past week, what did happen this past week? Oh, I'm doing my scheduling. So I've got my scheduling in pack. I did get some supplement in called Cerifos that was recommended from Julia Ross, who's amazing. She's not even like a very I don't think like gets as much online attention as she should. Like, she seems like very like straightforward, and just, I think her stuff is amazing. But anyway, she recommended Cerifos, which I think I have an issue with my cortisol levels, which spike in the middle of the night, which is hard for me to sleep, and then hard for me to get on my schedule, wake up at 5 o'clock every morning and get this routine going. So everything's a lot more efficient and in order. So that was the project this week. I think I'm set and ready to go into week 8 with the scheduling. I do have a few more things that I want to tidy up, as far as like, when I'm doing what for the YouTube channel, like titling things and uploading and all that kind of stuff. I have to work out those kinks today, ready to go into the scheduling stuff for next week. So that will be good. Diet was not the best this past week, because I was working on still scheduling and, just didn't make it a big focus. Excuse me. So diet was not the best, but that was not my big goal. And even though like my weight loss progress has not been big, I know that I'm making progress, because some diet habits have changed, and my mental habits are changing, and I'm learning things. And again, I think that's where it's like, it's not just diet and exercise, it's mentality, diet and exercise, mentality first. And that's the first one. And that's where I'm making progress, which is going to unlock the key for me come diet and exercise. So, I mean, I feel like that's just my new way of seeing it. It's not just diet and exercise, it's mentality, diet and exercise, mentality first. Once the mentality's in, then, so progress is still being made, even though the scale's not there. The scale, I think, is actually, excuse me, excuse me. Oh, mentality or diet, sorry. The weight scale is going to actually be different this week, but it's not really going to be like a big like, oh, I just flipped a switch and now my diet's perfect. It's because I want to get I'm getting some things checked out with the doctor for my digestion this week. And so I kind of have to fast, which is kind of like a good little roadway. What's the word? You know, like runway to kind of start off, you know, eating cleaner and in sync with my schedule being better. So, you know, as I was saying, like the more routine and stuff I have, the easier it'll be to eat cleaner, all that good stuff. So that will kind of be in sync with my fasting and all that kind of stuff. So of course I'm going to lose weight this week from water weight, but you know, it's not really counted to me as like a big part of my weight loss journey, because the real thing is like making this mentality progress and seeing my diet change over time. And even though I'm going to have this little chunk where my diet's going to be like, you know, basically fasted, it's after that that's like, you know, the important stuff, because that's going to be like, you know, as mentality progress begins, more and more diet and stuff will change. And like time and time again, even though I know better than to go into a weight loss journey like, okay, I'm going to start eating perfect, I still try to do it. Like, I can't help myself. I still try every time. But, you know, even though it still always ends up working out this way, because, you know, there's life. So I'll be doing that this week. So of course the scale's going to change, and hopefully this will be kind of like a good stepping stone going into like a better, cleaner diet, because in the past, what I've noticed is like when I go like 5 days eating without junk food, really, it really almost doesn't even have to be clean, but without junk, well, yeah, I guess it means clean, but without all the junk food, it's so much easier to eat clean after 5 days, because it's out of your system. You feel less bloated, you feel good, you don't want to get bloated, and all of that sugar and stuff is out of your system. It's just so much easier to eat clean. So hopefully this will be a good stepping stone into cleaner dieting. So sorry this video is so long, but thank you guys so much for listening to me and being on this journey with me. I love reading your guys' comments, and you know, it's just cool because I feel like in day-to-day life, we don't really like talk in this depth, you know, about diet and exercise, and about mentality, diet, and exercise. We don't really like talk about this kind of stuff a lot. So it's so cool to share with you guys and like hear that you guys can relate to it and are going through the same thing, because you know, you guys really, and outside of my husband and my mom, like you guys are really the ones that I, you know, share these kind of things with. And it's cool it's just to know I'm not alone on it, you know, like that I'm not the only one who goes through this kind of stuff is kind of cool, because we just don't talk about it so much. And I think it's hard to talk about. It's hard to make it a priority sometimes, because you know, we have work and all this other things going on. And anyway, so all right, I'm gonna stop jibber jabbering. Thank you guys for listening to me, especially if you made it this 20 minutes in. I hope you guys have a great week, and I can't wait to update you guys, to continue updating you guys. So thank you guys for listening. I'll talk to you later.